Are you struggling to get the master, or is it something that you want to achieve? Well, I'm gonna give you some quick tips to get to it faster. Some easy tips which you might not be using right now, and you definitely should implement into your gameplay, into your builds, into your characters. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So for the first part, and something a lot of people don't actually do or use, which I notice a lot, it has to be your builds. So it depends on what you're using. So you guys all know, I can filter it here. We got attackers, all-rounders, speedsters, defenders, and supporters. So the main thing I don't see, let's say I go on one of my supporters, right? I got pretty much all of them. When you go in your lane, you want to support your teammate. So usually you'll have like you have one of these three, one of these like DPSs, speedsters, or all-rounders as a supporter. And as a supporter, you want to make sure they level up as quickly as possible. Let's say we're talking about my Wigglytuff. I got EXP share, resonant guard, and body barrier, right? These are like really good items on this character. The first one, XP share, you should always use this on a support. Doesn't matter which one you're using, it helps you level up the person that's in your lane and pretty much your whole team, because you want them to be as high as possible to win fights, right? You wanna be as high as possible. The next one I use is like, this is flexible. I use different items on different characters, but I use Resonant Guard that gives a shield to your ally, and Body Barrier that gives a shield to your teammates as you ult. And let's say on Blissey, I use Focus Band, XP share, always XP share. So the builds, and I'll show you guys where I get them from, because I have a friend of mine that always gives me the builds, but I just go on, let's say Slowbro, right? I literally just use Slowbro. I've played like 20 games on Slowbro max, but I use this build, the Zugworld build, right? From United-DB.com, by the way, I'll link it in the description. So on this, I literally, look, I went on like a crazy winning streak, or I mean, it's somewhat decent, but literally like one of the first times I'm using this character, and because I had the right build, it helped me a lot by winning. So definitely make sure you have the right build. Doesn't matter what you're using, because we could look at any, like let's say the speedster, I'm using like the right build with the right items. Let's say like a Pikachu, I'm using this. You want to be looking up these builds, trying different stuff out, but make sure you have a good build. That's number one. It's always going to help you. So we all know solo queue can be hard, right? Solo queue can feel miserable sometimes. So I would definitely recommend playing with friends, but if you can't, there's another thing you can try and do. If we look at my friends list, I don't know none of these guys, okay? I know like 3 people that play this game and that I play with, but what I do is, let's say I play a game and I notice that some of my teammates are actually pretty good. After your game, you can go here, you press Y, I don't know what it is on phone, probably similar, recent teammates, and you can send them a friend request. So last game I lost, so I don't want to add none of these guys, but you can maybe try add some people here and play with them again, because if they think you were good, if you think they were good, it will definitely be in your benefit, because playing with coordination, even if it's a little bit, they're still randoms, helps more than playing with complete randoms. So it's a small tip. See if you want to do it or not, but it could be useful adding some people and like just trying to play with them. Of course, there's like probably Discords out there or Facebook groups or whatever of people like trying to find teammates that want to communicate and stuff. So that could also be useful. You can always join my Discord as well and ask if some people want to play. But that's the number 2. So for number 3 is to never give up on Rayquaza. Like never give up in a game really. Let's say all your bases get destroyed at like 6 minutes, then okay. But you can always come back, because comeback XP is a thing. People are gonna do dumb stuff, and you can always get Rayquaza. Because if you get Rayquaza, it's like, if all of you guys score, that's 500. Usually that's enough. If they break all your bases, at most they'll have 400, right? If you score like a little bit and then just score 500 after, you will win. So definitely try not to give up your games. I know it can be hard sometimes, you just want to surrender, but just try at least at the Rayquaza fight. Like if you get to the Rayquaza fight and you lose, then it's whatever. but try to never give up, because you can definitely always come back. I've had it happen multiple times to where we were losing all game and then we get 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 and then we just instantly win, or we just get a kill, get so much XP because they were so much higher than us, and you just win. That's why I like a character like 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 is crazy, because you can just ult their carry, ult the person that's the highest level in their team, and your team can just wipe him out, and that will make you be able to win the game. So that's definitely a good one. And the last one I want to give is try to adjust to what your team is using. So I know it can be hard, but we have all these roles, right? Let's say your team picks 5 attackers. You already see 4 attackers. There's not really a point of picking attacker as well. Like, I know it can be hard. I know you might want to play your favorite Pokemon, and this is just a tip from me, because this is what I do. Because if we look at my games, like, you see different roles. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about the Mewtwo phase I had, but 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 is like my number 1 pretty much. Then you got 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, and then attack. Like, this is already pretty much all roles, right? You got supporter, attacker, and then defender, and then you got Mimikyu, and then you got another defender, then another attacker, then another attacker, then a speedster, because I love 𝙀𝙬𝙗. Then you got the Buzzwole, the Blastoise. So try to play all the roles, definitely, because it will make you play better as well and understand the abilities. If you only play one Pokemon and get a gold badge on it, you're only gonna know how to play that Pokemon. If you play different roles, your experience, like, let's say you need to stack on 𝙀𝙧𝙉𝙉, you'll learn how to use the last hit ability to stack. Let's say Umbreon, I mean, it's not really that hard. Glaceon, you want to learn how to play as an attacker and hide behind your defenders. These are just like some easy tips I want to give, and you definitely want to try. So these are like the very basic tips. I can give more, of course, but I want to start off with doing this one. So if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, comment it down below. Hopefully you guys will implement some of it, and I might do some live streams soon, so be sure to follow me on Twitch as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.